In the history of Nigerian football, there are names we celebrate loudly. The dribblers, the goal scorers, the foreign coaches who captured the imagination with their exotic tactics. But there is one name, one man, whose fingerprints are quietly written across some of the greatest moments in Nigerian football. Yet whose face, whose legacy, remains hidden in the shadows. A man who saved Nigeria's football dreams twice, delivered World Cup tickets twice, rebuilt broken teams twice, and yet was never allowed to lead the team he qualified. This is the tragedy and betrayal of Shaibu Amodu. The unseen architect. The forgotten hero. The man Nigeria called only when the house was on fire, only to throw him out the moment the flames died. His story is not one of failure, but of a quiet, relentless competence that the Nigerian football establishment cherished in a crisis and discarded in times of celebration. It is the story of a national hero who died unrecognized, a tragic figure whose legacy remains tragically immortalized. Born in 1958, Shaibu Amodu began his journey as a promising striker. He played for clubs like Jumez and Niger Tornadoes, carving a name for himself with raw talent and determination. But destiny had a different plan. In 1981, at just 23, a severe leg injury brutally ended his playing career. For many, that would have been the end. But for Amodu, it was a beginning. He turned to the dugout and quickly showed the brilliance that Nigerian football desperately needed. Mentored by some of the sharpest minds around him, he rose fast, becoming one of Nigeria's finest homegrown tacticians. With BCC Lions of Boko, he wrote history. Multiple titles. And the crown jewel, the African Cup Winners' Cup in 1990. His reputation spread beyond Nigeria, taking him to South African giants Orlando Pirates in 1996. Amodu was everything Nigerian football claimed to want. Sharp, articulate, deeply knowledgeable, grounded in the local game. And, most importantly, a man who could deliver results under pressure. Little did he know that this ability, this gift, would also become his curse. Because Nigeria wouldn't call him to build. They would only call him to rescue. Shaibu Amodu became the Super Eagles crisis manager. The man summoned when everything had fallen apart. A man destined to perform miracles, but never allowed to enter the promised land. The 2002 World Cup qualifiers were a mess. The team was sinking. Nigeria was on the brink of missing the World Cup. Then came Amodu, alongside his assistants, a young Stephen Keshi and an experienced Joe Errico. Together, they rebuilt confidence, stabilized the squad, and delivered the impossible. Nigeria qualified for the 2002 FIFA World Cup. But instead of celebration, came betrayal. After finishing third at the 2002 AFCON in Mali, a respectable achievement for most nations, the NFA fired him in February 2002, months before the World Cup. After he had done the hard work, he was replaced by Chief Adeboye Onibinde, who overhauled the squad. And Nigeria crashed out in the group stage. Amodu had brought the nation to the doorstep of glory, and was pushed aside at the entrance. 8 years later, the same chaos, the same desperation, the same phone call. Nigeria was failing again in the 2010 World Cup qualifiers. And once again, only one man could save them. Amodu returned. Calm, focused, ready to rescue the nation he loved. And once again, he delivered. Nigeria qualified for the 2010 World Cup in South Africa. The first World Cup on African soil. But history repeated itself with cruel precision. After finishing third at the 2010 AFCON in Angola. Again, a bronze medal. The NFF fired him in February 2010. We need a high-profile foreign coach, they said. They brought in Lars Lagerbäck. Amodu watched from the sidelines as another man led the team he built to the tournament he earned. 2 World Cup qualifications. 0 World Cup appearances. The story of Moses, told in football form. The betrayals didn't end with football politics. They followed him into his personal life. Throughout his coaching career, Amodu faced recurring battles with unpaid salaries and allowances, a curse that has haunted many Nigerian national team coaches. But for Amodu, it was worse. In his final years, he served as the NFF technical director. He also held a consultancy role with the Edo state government. Yet, he was reportedly owed significant sums. The NFF admitted they owed him 2 months' salary at the time of his death. His family claimed the debts were much higher, stretching across multiple government offices. The man who had saved Nigerian football repeatedly was left to battle financial stress, frustration, and bureaucratic humiliation. Then came the final tragedy. 2 days after submitting a letter to the Edo state government requesting the salary he was owed, Shaibu Amodu died in his sleep on June 10, 2016. Just 3 days after the death of his former colleague and friend, Stephen Keshi. 2 giants. 2 warriors. Gone within 72 hours. Leaving a nation stunned and guilty. Amodu gave everything to Nigeria. 5 separate stints as coach. 2 successful World Cup qualifications. Multiple African medals. Yet, he was treated like a spare tire. Useful only in emergencies. No stadium bears his name. No national recognition befitting his contributions. No annual coaching clinic to honor his legacy. His story remains one of the most painful chapters in Nigerian football. A reminder of how a nation can use a man's brilliance, but fail to honor him. Shaibu Amodu was Nigeria's rock. The steady hand in every storm. The man who delivered the nation's biggest dreams twice, and was denied his rightful reward twice. His career reminds us that football's brightest victories are often carried on the backs of men who are never allowed to cross the finish line. Until Nigeria truly honors his achievements, the betrayal of Shaibu Amodu will remain a stain on the conscience of Nigerian football. If you believe Coach Amodu deserves his place in Nigerian football history, drop a comment below. Share this documentary and let his legacy live on. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for the next episode, as we uncover more untold stories from the world of football.